pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if you could please also join me for the Peace Builders Pledge. I am a peace builder. I pledge to praise people, to give up put-downs, to seek wise people, to notice and speak up about hurts I've caused, to right wrongs, to help others. I will build peace at home, at school, on the bus, and in my community each day. See, in South River, you added some stuff. That's right.
Every school has something a little different.
I love it.
Build peace everywhere.
So the school committee very quickly will be entertaining a motion to enter into executive session to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining, because an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the public body. So this has been declared by the chair. It's been moved by Mr. Greer. Is there a second? Second from Mrs. Dargan. That'll be a roll call. Mrs. Pazerski.
Mrs. Dargan? Yes. Ms. Stetson? Yes. Mr. Greer?
Yes.
Mr. Presto?
Yes, we'll be back in like 5 minutes. And then we'll hear some great music. All right, folks, I'm declaring that we are back in open session here. I would like to share that the school committee just voted to approve, pending ratification of the MEA, our negotiated contract with the clerical union. And I want to thank Dr. Sullivan, Mr. Miller, and Mr. Greer for serving on our negotiating team that successfully negotiated that contract, as well as Mr. Raymond and the MEA. Thank you all very much. We have a very unique spotlight on excellence here at South River, and I'm going to turn it over to Principal Baird and Dr. Sullivan to introduce that.
And I will absolutely turn it over to Principal Baird. But I want to say this is a very, very impressive collaboration. Thank you, students, and of course our amazing music and art staff, and Principal Baird and Assistant Principal.
I'm sorry, the setup here is weird. I'll stand up here, but I can't get everybody. So today at South River, we had really an exciting day. We had our post-winter early spring concert, which isn't really our spring concert, which was special. And so our 5th graders sang songs, but as part of that, I think we had like 12, what did you say, 12 or 13, I think it was, students accompanied the chorus while they sang today. And then as also part of that, we had our string players play their pieces, which I'm not going to give any details of because I'm going to let the experts share all that. I don't want to give it away. But I do want to recognize, so our 4 students that are here today to join us, we have Colby, give a bow wave. We have Luciana, we have Annabelle, and we have Madison. And then we also had some other string players who did get to play today as well, but they couldn't make it tonight. So we even had more play today. So it's kind of interesting. The chorus sang, it had their accompaniment, and then the string players would play their individual pieces. So this whole project they're going to share is really totally teacher-driven, so I'm going to let them take it away. But it was an awesome collaboration, and we have never highlighted the arts, I don't think, at a Spotlight on Excellence, at least not that I have been aware of. Maybe at high school and middle school, but I've never done that.
Should do that every year.
Yeah, so I just thought this was a project that they came up with, and we just thought it would be something different and unique to share. So take it away.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
Wait, first, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I should have probably introduced you. This is Mr. D. He's one of our art teachers, and this is Miss Chevalier. Okay, close enough. And this is Miss Shefflin. She used to be Leningham, and that's how I know she is, so I still can't keep her. But anyway, and Miss Shefflin is our strengths teacher. So she works at all of the elementary schools, and then Mr. D also works at Daniel Webster and South River, and Miss Chevalier is primarily at Governor Winslow and is at South River once a week. So this is like a real collaboration, and we're just lucky enough that it all came together beautifully at South River. So take it away.
Thank you. What you're going to see and hear are called graphic scores, where they're combining art and visual art and then music to kind of come up with their own sounds. They create patterns and designs, and what they do is they use all those things and those symbols instead of musical notes. They use them as these designs to actually play what they draw and they create. And it's been really great collaborating on this because it kind of gives us a different perspective. The string students get new techniques to try out, and the artists, including myself, kind of get to see less traditional ways of exhibiting artwork. They still get to create patterns, designs, colors, things that we teach, but they get to see it like as also a performance and not just something that gets hung on the wall, which is great, but it gives it another layer. So it was really interesting.
Originally I was inspired to kind of bring this project forward by this book, Beautiful Noise. I actually saw it in a bookstore and just kind of walked by and was like, oh cool, a book about this composer. And then like 5 minutes later I was back actually flipping through the book when my brain went, wait a minute, a book about this composer? So the composer is John Cage, who is very popular with a lot of modern music. On the handout that we gave out, there is an image of one of his graphic scores, but he's also known for just breaking a lot of musical barriers. So first I was drawn to that aspect of it, and then when I actually opened up the book, I was like, wait a minute, this illustrator really, for me, like showed off how these sounds, can be seen as images. And it immediately made me think, like, there's something here. So I brought it to Mr. D and Ms. Chevalier, and, we kind of developed the project from there. So the students kind of went in 3 phases. We started with, testing out the sounds on our instruments, and just learning the various sounds that they could create on their instruments. Then we went into a design phase where we designed the different graphics that we would use to represent the sounds that we had learned. It's a great page. And then, they took it into art and actually did the drawing and the designing, and then we brought it back to strings so they could actually practice their performance. So that's what you're seeing today.
And it was nice also because all of the students in our class created their own graphic score. So for them to be a part of the presentation, we have a slideshow going which will feature all of our artists' graphic scores from the 5th grade.
I was voted to play mine first, so I will go first. But how dare you? It's okay. I'll put mine over here so everyone can see it. It's not on there, but this is what the final product's like. So, shall I speak into the microphone as we practice? Okay. Oh, shut it off. Of course I do. So fun. Okay. All right. Hello. My name is Ms. Shefflin, and this is my graphic score. My favorite part about this project was actually designing the different graphics to represent the sound. So please enjoy as I play. Now mine does have a small amount of audience participation at the end. All right, when I gesture to you at the end, please go, ah. Okay. Ooh. Is that okay? That's good. Awesome.
Hello, my name is Madison, and this is my graphic score. My favorite part of this project is creating the notes. Hello, my name is Annabelle, and this is my graphic score. My favorite part of this project is designing the score. Hello, my name is Luciana, and this is my graphic score. My favorite part of this project is designing the notes.
Hi, my name is Colby, and this is my graphic score. My favorite part of making this project is designing the score.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
Can we get one more round of applause?
Well, that was really, really great. Thank you very much. That was certainly not something we've ever seen in the Spotlight before, and I absolutely loved it. I loved watching all of you play, but then like looking and following along and seeing your interpretation of the notes on your graphic score. That was really cool, and you should all be really proud of yourselves for doing that. And to your awesome teachers too, thank you. That's a really innovative way to teach kids. That's awesome. Anybody else have anything to add? Miss Stetson, I think you might have something. Do you know any of the musicians, Miss Stetson?
I know a few of the musicians, but I know one of them very, very well. That was so creative and innovative, and I don't, to your point, we haven't seen anything like that before. And as someone that's not very creative, the fact that you were able to draw your music and also play it, I think is really, really impressive. So thank you for having us here. You all did a great job.
Yes.
I was gonna say, you know, it's so fun that you got to be involved in creating the music, right? Sometimes you feel like when you're learning music, you're just following along with what someone else made up. But this time you got to do it yourself, and it was all very entertaining and nice to listen to. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a first for me seeing that. Very impressive. It also impressed me more that you were all able to get up there and speak to an audience.
Yes.
Right? That's never an easy thing to do. So you guys did a great job.
And Mr. Greer knows music. He was just telling me he plays the viola, which he's done since he was your age, which I think is pretty cool. But he can't draw like that. So he can't be able to figure that out. Anything to add, Dr. Sullivan?
Anybody can certainly add if you'd like to. Yeah. I just want to again praise the collaboration and the inventive creativity that the students showed under your tutelage. That's great. You know, doing something unique in your own authentic way is the key to success in really anything you do. So I hope you're inspired by that. We certainly were by you. So thank you for sharing this with us. It was wonderful. And thank you, teachers. Thank you.
One more round of applause, please. Great job.
John, how about a quick picture over by the-
Yes, that'd be great.
Stand with us, and you have to stand with us.
You're a captured audience.
Go right in front.
Should we- yeah.
Still see, you can see it, yeah. All right, can we get the teachers in too?
Yes, please, yes. Spotlight on your excellence, too.
What a fun project. I loved it.
All right, I got it.
Right to that.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, second.
I mean, you can stay and listen to the meeting, but you might not want to. That's my old.
Thanks for you guys. Let me just come in hot like that.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Thank you, families, too. Thank you.
Did you have to say hi to Mrs. Bailey?
Oh, yeah.
We were just chatting.
Oh.
We didn't say hi.
Oh, I forgot.
All right. Well, what a way to start our meeting. Thank you again, everybody. You are welcome to stay. It's a public meeting, but you don't have to. Our students, I'm sure, don't want to, but you can if you want to. Under the open meeting law, I'm informing the public that this meeting is being videotaped by Marshfield Community Media. If anybody else is taping this meeting, either audio or video, please notify us of such at this time. Seeing none. I'm going to move some things around on the agenda so we can get some folks out of here. So we're going to move the informational and the meeting minutes to the end. I'm going to take public participation first, and then I'm going to take the MEA update, and then I'm going to take our Project 351 ambassador, and then we'll do the rest of the meeting as originally intended. So is there anybody who wishes to address the committee at this time from the public? Okay. Seeing none, we're going to move forward to our MEA update. Mr. Raymond.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Mr. Costello, member of the Marshfield School Committee. Hope you're well. Thank you, as always, for allowing me to provide tonight's agenda. It's nice to be back at South River School tonight. I rarely, if ever, include business in these updates, but I wanted to briefly cover some of the official work that's being done by the elected and volunteer representatives of the MEA in the past few months as we negotiate with the Committee on Successor Agreements to meet their support personnel and education support personnel unit contract. As Superintendent Sullivan, has informed you, the association and committee agreement, tentative agreement on the CSP unit contract for fiscal years 26 to 28. Members of the MEA CSP unit will vote on ratification of that agreement after school hours this coming March 17th. This morning, I presented my colleagues in the CSP unit with a tentative agreement, one which continues to assure and in many cases improve fair working conditions for the administrative assistants across the district, without which work we could not function. This tentative agreement is a reflection as a result of the association and the committee's combined goal to see fair market wages as an investment, not only in staff but in the students of Marshfield Public Schools. I want to thank the members of the association's CSP unit negotiation committee for their commitment, fair-mindedness, and professionalism throughout what can be a grueling process. Thank you, Brittany Russell, our capable and exceedingly friendly MTA field representative, Matt Mel and Laura Rose, who served as non-voting members. Their insight was invaluable, and as they learned the ropes of collective bargaining for the association's own institutional member. Most of all, our collective thanks are owed to Karen Adrian, Diane Kennedy, Susan Martina, and Nancy Tellier for volunteering their time, talent, and consistent devotion to doing right by their colleagues. Their work is difficult, your work is difficult. Their task is important, your task is important. I want you to know how grateful I am to be their colleague and yours, and the town of Marshfield is all the better for all of us. Tonight, I have a quick but heartfelt above and beyond shout out for South River's own Kim Figueredo. Heather Lane, occupational therapist here at SRS, writes that, quote, Kim Fig is, I love these nicknames, right? I don't want to know what mine are. Kim is an exceptional special education teacher. Her inclusive approach ensures that every student feels valued and supported at school. By being flexible and meeting students where they are in their learning journey, she creates an environment where each individual can thrive. Her dedication to her students shines through in her unwavering support and commitment to their success. She often goes unrecognized for her education, unrecognized for her level of education, arriving early to prepare and staying late, especially if one of her students needs her beyond school hours, unquote. Our hope is that Ms. Figueredo is now just the least bit more recognized for her craft and dedication to her students here at SRS. Kim is like so many across Marshfield Public Schools, in all classrooms, all offices, all athletic fields, and guidance suites and nurses stations. Please continue to keep educators here at South River and across our community carefully in mind as you make the important decisions guiding the future of Marshfield Public Schools. As always, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Randy. Much appreciated. Before we go to Project 351, I do have one more update that I want to just make sure we do, which is our student representative update. So if our student representative is here, you can provide your update, and then we'll go to our first agenda item.
Hi everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Lily Lensky. I'm a sophomore at Marshfield High School. My two partners, Kylie Zena and Finley Turner, aren't here tonight, so I'll be reading off of their notes and then sharing mine. So Finn usually covers the elementary schools. So here at SRS, their student council collected 268 boxes of cereal to donate to the food pantry. At Martinson, their fourth graders on the 6th visited the Boston Museum of Science. At Governor Winslow, there will be parent-teacher conferences on the 24th, same as Ames Way. And all of the elementary schools will be participating in the townwide volleyball tournament on the 12th that takes place at the high school. Kylie covers the middle school. So the semester 1 award ceremony took place this week. Next month, all students will take the MCAS for both math and English, while the 8th graders will also participate in STEM and civics tests. And recently, the Criminal Justice Club had the opportunity to tour the Plymouth County House of Correction, where they gained first-hand insight into the workings of the correctional system. And March 7th, 7th grade blow party was a success and would not have been possible, of course, without the Furnaceburg Middle School PTO. And lastly, for my notes, a lot of exciting things going on for the next few weeks at MHS, so I thought I would just go through some of the high school schedule leading us to the end of term 3. So this week, the 14th, National Honor Society will host their annual blood drive. while next Friday, seniors will be honored at their senior night out that will be hosted at Indian Pond Country Club. And April 2nd and 3rd, Marshfield High School will host our spring concert with performances by our orchestra, band, and chorus with the term ending in April.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope everyone has a great evening.
Appreciate you too. Thank you. All right. We're going to turn it over to Dr. Sullivan to introduce our Project 351 Ambassador, Cora Norcott.
Yes, and I'll turn it over to Dr. Smith to introduce this. But I'll just say that Project 251 is a fantastic organization started by Deval Patrick under his leadership, and it brings together representatives from all of the middle schools in Massachusetts, chosen individuals who exemplify giving and caring in the community. So you learn about Cora, but very, very proud of you, and congratulations for getting this award, very well deserved. But I will let Dr. Smith introduce it formally. Thank you, Dr. Smith.
Cora is one of my favorite people at Marshfield Middle School. She's a quiet leader, and I say that she's respected by her peers, but she does so in a quiet way. She loves to read. There isn't a book at our library that she hasn't read. She reads things that are this big and gets through it in like 10 minutes. She makes it look easy. She's a beloved member of our green team as well, so she cares about our environment and recycling and those kinds of things. But beyond that, she's a wonderful student, and she just exemplifies everything that is good about Marshfield Middle School. And she had launch day that she was really excited about. She's got a great T-shirt that she got that day. She can tell you all about her experience, but you're going to be just as proud of her as I am to be here. So, take it away.
Thank you.
So every year, the Project 351 ambassadors team up with Tables to Plans, and Tables to Plans is a clothing drive, and they collect gently used and new clothing and give it to kids 0 through 18 who are facing clothing insecurity. And I am lucky enough to be able to do this year's clothing drive district-wide, so all of the schools and everyone can be a part of it. I will host it from March 31st to April 12th, and there will be bins around each school, which will be on the posters, and there'll be specific each school in their place. And it'll end April 12th, and I will then go through and sort all the clothes to make sure that they match Tables to Plans' requirements, and then I will send it into the giving factory, where I actually got to volunteer there on launch day as part of our community service. And there they sort the clothing, they clean any shoes, they package outfits, they orders for towns and families in need, and then they send it out to the kids and their families who need it. Over the rest of the year, we're going to be doing small community service projects, including 9/11 tribute and other things like that. And next winter, I'll do a food drive with the local food pantry, and then collect cans of food and donate to them. And yeah. Any questions?
Any questions or comments from members of the committee?
Well, I'm excited for you, Cora. I think this is a great project, and I think I'm already impressed that you were chosen and all the things that you've accomplished, and going into the launch day and without a buddy or anybody that you know, and meeting new people. That's not an easy thing. And I love Cradles to Crayons, one of my favorite places. So I'm just thrilled with you and this project, and wish you the best of luck.
Everything's impressive, but think of the impact that you're making on the neighborhoods, and that's in really, it's good to have people make a difference.
Wait, we're not
There's a couple. I haven't said anything yet.
I don't think it's a good first.
You're almost done.
No, I just want to thank you because you're representing Marshfield, and you're clearly the right person to represent Marshfield at this event. You're clearly doing it really well, and it's also clearly a lot of work for you. I mean, listening to all of the things that you were just saying you're planning and that you're involved with, that's incredible. Like we have so many students at Marshfield who do community service, right? But to love community service like you clearly do is different. You're absolutely right, it's different. So this is just so impressive, and you should be so proud. I'm sure you are, because what an awesome kid. And when Janine Smith says that this is one of her favorite people, that says a lot to me too. So this is just heaping praise on you. We're really proud of you. On behalf of the entire district, we're very proud that you're a Project Community Ambassador. So thank you for what you're doing. Keep us updated. Our emails are public. Please email us. Dr. Smith knows how to get us too. Send us an email and tell us how these things are going. I'd love to hear how this goes and everything else that you're planning as well. So congratulations and thank you. I think that's a round of applause too. Mrs. Pazerski wants a photo.
Can I ask one question? Do you know if all of this elementary schools know about this? And is there a way?
I'm going to send out the information to the school.
Perfect. Awesome.
Or we can also
Let
put it
us
in the
know. Yeah,
Yes,
let
that's
us
a
know
really
if you
good
need any
idea.
help
Yes,
getting
send
it
Dr.
put out
Sullivan
in all of
information.
our emails.
Yep.
Mrs. Pazerski will put it in the newsletter.
We can all spread the word.
Yes.
That's really great.
I already am going through.
Public can
like,
spread the word. Mr. Raymond, MEA, Jackie's like spread the word. That's really great.
How was launch day?
Good, it was really fun.
Oh, it's amazing.
I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Awesome. Really great.
Good job.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you, Dr. Smith. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
What a great meeting so far. Awesome.
All positive so far.
So far, we haven't talked about the budget. Sorry. We're just going to keep on rolling with the new business. We'll do school committee meetings 2025 to 2026. This is a typical annual item that we discuss our schedule for the next year. School committee calendar. Oh, wait, yeah. We do. Might not be scheduled yet. It's usually in early August. The retreat, Dr. Sullivan?
I do have that. I usually don't put that on this calendar. I can tell you when it is.
Okay. It's the annual leadership team retreat. We typically go for lunch one day.
August 4th and 5th.
4th and 5th? Okay.
And follow a similar format too.
Cool. Yep, perfect.
Would you like me to add that?
That'd be great if you could. Yeah, thank you. Other than that, I have no issues whatsoever with the schedule. I don't know if any folks had any comments.
I know I'll be traveling with the August meeting, but
Okay.
that's just easy.
That's fine.
We tried to keep the Tuesdays sort of free of major events.
Right.
Do we know the conference
Oh, you know what?
schedule yet for the schools?
We're close.
Okay.
I-
We're finalizing, so we've worked, we've worked that with
Okay.
school committee.
So-
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
We should move the August meeting because it's the fair.
Oh, so move location or date or?
So if Kendra can't make it to that meeting, we might want to just move the date altogether. Maybe we do the 19th. No, so it's the fair as well, so it just kind of makes sense.
The fair always starts the third Friday in August.
We would absolutely ruin Mr. Greer's evening.
No, but the third Friday in August is the 15th,
And then it runs for 10 days, so it runs.
but it wouldn't be on the 26th. It would be during the 19th.
So, oh, yeah. So 15th through the 23rd, so we're good.
Oh, we might be good on that day, okay.
Yeah, sometimes it goes.
If we need, if for some reason they move it to whatever, we'll switch it.
And this
I
year,
can't imagine
the
why.
kids get to do the fair and vacation. The fair.
The fair is great. It's
I go
rich at
once.
the fair every time I go.
One time, I never switched.
Rich and I go on the Ferris wheel together.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Get cotton candy. That's great. All right, is there a motion to approve the school committee calendar for 2025-2026? Mr. Greer's made the motion. There's a second from Mrs. Dargan. All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand and saying aye. Aye. Opposed, abstaining, that's 4-0-0. Mrs. Pazerski, thank you very much. Our last agenda item for the evening before we move on to the meeting minutes and the informational updates is on our FY26 operating budget, and I'll turn it over to our budget guru, Mr. Miller.
Thanks, Mr. Costello. Just a quick little update. Since our last committee meeting on February 26th, Dr. Sullivan and I had a very, very good meeting with the advisory board. It was almost a 3-hour meeting discussing everything related to our budget. I want to thank Rick Smith, who is the chair of the advisory board, for that meeting. A lot of really good questions, and we provided a lot of answers. And we're moving forward on that front. We met as a budget subcommittee today, Ms. Setson and Mr. Costello, and discussed the current status of the budget. Right now, as it stands, we are still at a 3% increase in the warrant. We have been working collaboratively with the town with some free cash items that won't necessarily be on the budget article, but free cash that would push the budget up to a 4.09% increase. As the committee knows, our level service, which is keeping everything status quo from this year to next year, is 4.73%. So there's still about a $380,000 delta there between level service and what the town has committed. So we're still working with the town, trying to close that gap and look at any avenues that we can to close that.
Yep. Tom, quick question on that. So,
sure.
So this predates me. I think it was 2011. Right? Isn't it?
About to ask about the revenue sharing agreements?
Revenue sharing agreement. So 2011, 2012, it was a 50-50 split on free cash, right?
It wasn't exactly a 50-50 split, but free cash that was generated by departments returned to those departments in that agreement. And any free cash generated from the fixed costs, which are the 50-50 portion, were shared 50-50 between town and school.
Right. Are we getting that?
No.
We are not.
And this is the point that I've been making for a couple of years, is that we need to sit down with the town and have that conversation again, which we've been asking to have. But at the same time, those revenue sharing agreements do not expire. There's no expiration date in those. They were agreed upon by our boards at the time, and they need to be followed. And the fact that they're not being followed is really something that we need to have a discussion with the town on. I know you're on the same page there as well. I also just would like to point out, when it comes to this discrepancy, if you look at the town budget, what bothers me now is that we are slated for a 3% increase, which was in the town administrator's budget presentation, that we requested a 3% increase. We did not. We requested over a 5% increase, but it's in his presentation that we requested a 3%, which is just not true. At the same time, the town government is going up by about 8.29%, and general government is going up by 13%. And here we are having to potentially make decisions that are going to impact students. Something needs to change. So I've requested a meeting with the chair of the select board. I'm waiting for her to get back to me. I'm sure I'll hear from her soon, and we'll be sitting down, hopefully myself, Mr. Miller, Dr. Sullivan, and the folks on the town side who are in that leadership, and having that frank discussion about here's what needs to happen for our students. So just wanted to say that. It needs to be said. And thank you for your work, your advocacy on that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions on the budget?
I'll swear.
And I know you will. Yep, I know you will. It's just hard for me not to. This is to the point of ridiculous.
10 years of this.
Okay, anything else on that, Mr. Miller? Dr. Sullivan?
No, well covered.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep, appreciate it. All right, we're going to go on to the meeting minutes. We have 2 meeting minutes to approve tonight, January 7th and January 21st. Do we have executive session minutes that haven't been released?
Yes, there was from this January 7th night. They're the 12-16 minutes that are in the folder.
Gotcha.
They were approved,
But not released. Okay, so we're not going to take any action on that yet?
Yeah, that was the night I was filling this chair,
Gotcha.
I think.
I was in California.
Oh, no, you were here. I'm thinking of a different set of minutes.
No, those were approved.
Those were approved on the 16th, but
Not released.
no, I'm sorry. You approved them on the 7th,
Correct.
Yeah.
but you did not release them on the 7th because they were the meeting minutes from the 16th of December.
Correct. Because Rich was acting chair on the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah. And these ones because of that.
Yes, I agree. Yep. Okay, so we'll just skip over those. So we are on the 7th. I will be abstaining from this as I was in California. My last trip to California, my sister's moved there.
Oh, nice.
Very exciting.
Yeah, motion to approve.
Motion to approve has been made by Mr. Greer. Is there a second?
Apparently not.
There will
First
be.
you said we're looking at the 21st, so we were looking at the 21st.
Ah, sorry.
Second.
Second from Ms. Stetson. All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And I'll abstain. Thank you. Now January 21st. My bad.
I'm out.
Yes.
Now on the 21st?
Now we're on the 21st. I
Motion to
apologize.
approve the meeting minutes from January 21st.
Motion to approve has been made by Ms. Stetson and seconded by Ms. Dargan. All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstaining.
Abstain.
301. Thank you very much.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, last but not least, we'll move on to our informational updates, and we'll start with you, Dr. Sullivan.
Yes, and I think Lily did such a good job highlighting what's happening in the district, particularly from the school angle. I'll just say that we're hoping to do a spotlight on our winter sports soon.
Yes, right.
But we had some amazing performances. I think, as athletic director Battis called it, it was an adrenaline rush. Literally every single team who were in tournament competition came right down to the wire, and their final contest was a loss in overtime or double overtime. A lot of students putting their hearts out there, doing a fabulous job. So look forward to highlighting that. Also, in our arts, we had a theater festival team. Well, they did 2 festival type shows. They did the Children's Hour, which was more done just for Marshfield, and then they brought the play Emma, which they did on the Fall 2 Festival, and they made it out to the Singing
And it was hosted in Marshfield, correct?
It was hosted in Marshfield.
That's awesome.
So it was a fabulous event, and they are going to participate, I believe, in Swansea on this weekend.
There we go.
So there you go.
Yeah, all stomping grounds.
And then I wanted to update on another important event that's gaining some traction. And whenever you start something new anywhere, you always have a fear like what it might look like. Is it going to start to catch some energy? And we are, as part of the Belonging Team initiative, promoting an event called the Mosaic, which is tied right into belonging, and it's celebrating everyone's culture, like literally everyone. And we will have students working at it from our world language department. We have our LPAC, that's our English language learner parent advisory council, bringing membership there from all of the nationalities that are represented in the ELL community. I don't know if you have some updates on some of the signups, Ms. Pazurski?
Sorry, I had it on your desk.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, anyway, the event, it's a great event where people can still sign up and they can have tables at the event. I'll be part of those tables for sure. And we have Irish step dancers. We have some other musical performances happening. food, lots of food. Nice. So it'll be a very nice event. It's on. It's called the Mosaic, and it's on March 27th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Marshfield High School. And I know we have a little bit of traction. Did you find it yet?
Yes. So we have families from the Ukraine, Brazil, Dominican Republic, Colombia, Lithuania, China, Lebanon, Ecuador, India, and Chile.
Nice.
There you go.
That's
And then
awesome.
there'll be, like I said, there'll be all of our foreign language clubs will be represented, and it should be a really nice event. And the thing is, it becomes what Marshfield wants it to be. It becomes our event, and we can expand that as we go.
That's a really great idea.
Yeah, well, it's I have to give a lot of credit to Mrs. Zersky for
A good idea from Joni. That happens all the time.
No, Dr. Sullivan brought the idea from Cohasset.
Yeah, we did
Nice.
it. Go ahead.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
But as you know, Ms. Pazerski has a way of getting initiatives to happen.
That she does.
In a stunning fashion. So I'm excited for that. And I'll thank Joni for her great work and everyone who wants to contribute to this. It's fun.
That's awesome.
And I hope people come and just celebrate the cultures that make up Marshfield. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of culture. And then just an update on the belonging team. We had a great meeting last meeting where we really talked about what's happening in the district in terms of social emotional learning and really what's happening in the district to make everyone feel belonged and welcomed into our district at each school. And we had some amazing students present an idea, high school students, where they will go to the elementaries and speak about social emotional learning and talk to students about that and do activities with them in the coming months and hopefully build that into the following year. That reciprocal nature of students, older students leading, working with younger students, and then the younger students wanting to follow in their footsteps is so powerful. And I think you're going to see more and more of that as we look to build up our 5th to 6th grade leadership teams as students. We look at what happens between 8th and 9th grade because these students admire the older kids and it really builds that culture. And the older kids get a lot from it too in terms of that leadership skill. So we're trying to build that in. The students were spectacular. And just in terms of the next couple of meetings, and again, this is just, it ties into exactly what we wanted to do this year. In April 14th, we'll really formalize the final versions of our mission, vision, theory of action, and we've already talked about our community agreements. And then in May, we're going to take the show on the road. The Belonging Team's going to meet with the English Language Learners Parent Advisory Committee and talk to them about ways we can support them in the community, right? And get a sense for their challenges and make sure they know we're with them and helping them acclimate to our wonderful town. So that's where we are.
Great. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. I look
Thank you.
forward to that Mosaic event. I would offer to make some food from my Irish heritage, but it's hard. So.
Well, Chicky, you can join my table. we're from the land of. I'll have some soda bread and some, and I'll have my family crust there.
There you go.
Do a jig maybe if someone asks me to.
Dr. Martin.
Read Across America events happened at all of our elementary schools. You got to be somebody.
I did not.
Oh, that's right. It was a surprise.
Well, we don't know that yet. That was a cryptic conversation for those at home. But we know what we're talking about. Yeah.
I know what I did.
I may or may not have been.
Okay.
It depends on when you're watching this.
I had the honor of reading for students at Amesway School during both lunches.
I did read your names away.
Okay.
I did too.
We
There
did.
you go. There you go. I read Goldilocks and Just One Bear, which I've read ever since my girls were little. And I was walking around with the book to the kindergarten students, and they noticed something about the illustrations in the book that I had never noticed before.
That's funny.
So it was really great. It was a great.
That's so great.
Snowplow naming contest. The pictures got taken.
I saw that. That's
And your feedback from DPW was it was the best day ever or something?
The driver gave me a hug at the end. He said it was the best day.
That's awesome.
Now that was a great community building event too.
You know what? Yeah, the cross section of the two departments. That's amazing.
What were some of the names? Do you remember?
Snowbells, Ramblade.
Frosty the Plum.
Yes, Frosty Plum.
That's classic.
Snow Dog.
What was his?
Play on Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Wizard or something?
Yeah.
Scoop Dog. That's how
Scoop
they
Dog?
do it.
Scoop
Yep,
Dog.
that was it. Yeah.
It was Scoop Dog, wasn't it?
Mr. Raymond's fan.
That was
That's awesome.
But we'll definitely do that again.
Yeah.
We're just gonna start next year earlier, so we can actually, we're really gonna put it on the clock next year.
That's a great idea. Was that your idea too? It was.
that was purely Jody's idea.
We have to start a list of like
Yeah.
Jody's ideas and just like keep at it.
Might run out of ink.
We had a learning walk at Martinson today. 3 teachers came on the learning walk with us. They commented how much they were able to take away from that. So we look forward to these schools next week. And then just another reminder, I'm going to keep plugging this every time we have a meeting. We're co-hosting a parent and caregiver night with Duxbury on March 26th, where Dr. Jill Walsh, a sociology professor at Boston University, will facilitate a session around practical strategies to help children navigate digital technology. So that we are co-hosting with Duxbury, and it will be in person.
Awesome. Now, I went on a learning walk a few months ago with Dr. Sullivan, and would love to go on another one. If you happen to think of it sometime in the next couple months, whenever it's appropriate, I'd love to do that.
Yeah,
I would
and
recommend everybody.
all of you, obviously not as one big group, but love to do that.
Right, yeah, we can spread it out.
Yeah, we did that at the beginning of the year. It's time to do it.
Laura and I had a great time governance. I'd love to go to high school. That'd be great. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
You did, you and I did Daniel Webster.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Ms. Sklar?
Okay, I just have some general updates for special education. So program planning has started for both ESY and the 25-26 school year. So ESY is our second school year program that we offer every year to provide free appropriate public education for students with disabilities for their IEPs. Planning for that starts now. The dates for ESY this year are July 7th to August 7th. It's anticipated that the locations will stay the same. So last year we had it at South River School, Marshfield Middle School, the high school, and the post program at Margaret Plaza. Planning involves gathering information about individual students' needs from each school to determine our programming, services, staffing, and transportation needs. Our team chairs and special education department heads, along with Jennifer Landolfi, our art district coordinator, and Lisa McKinnon, our special education bookkeeper, play a huge role in the gathering of the information necessary to plan for ESY. They do a great job, and I am so grateful for their support. ESY is funded through the federal IDEA. There's also planning has started for the 25-26 school year. So I'm currently meeting with principals, team chairs, department heads, and appropriate staff to review our projected needs for next year, so we can adjust programs, services, and our staffing appropriately based on the needs of the students. We pay close attention to every aspect of planning and extra attention to transitions, so pre-K to K, 5 to 6, 8 to 9, to ensure that programs and services are in place and that all students will have appropriate cohort of peers as they transition between buildings. So later in the year or ongoing at team meetings, as appropriate, school teams will host transition meetings with parents and a representative from the receiving school so they can adjust service delivery and IEPs if necessary based on changing schedules. For example, the elementary schools have a 5-day schedule in addition to the 6-day schedule when they get to the middle schools. It's just a great opportunity for parents and guardians to get information, ask questions about what to expect as their children transition to a new setting. While special education is always subject to change based on the needs of the students and decisions made at team meetings, the goal is solid and in place, mapped out for next year, before the end. And then on another note, we are almost through our TFM corrective action process. We will submit our final requirements for documentation related to special education 18, determination and placement of that timeline for provision of the IEPs to parents. So as you recall, during the year, we completed our root cause analysis, we wrote a memo, we created trainings, and the final step is for us to provide the second set of student records to DESI by March 14th. So I anticipate
say one additional update.
Yeah, please.
I've forgotten this. We have a group of Vietnam veterans who are being recognized tomorrow in the high school presentation center. And that's part of our Stars and Stripes Club, which a student started.
That's awesome.
Yep, Ryan Chetti is a senior who started that, and some others. So he's making it that, so that's exciting.
That's really cool.
7
That's a
p.m.
great idea.
On Wednesday, yep.
Awesome.
So should we
Love
go?
that. Is it?
They'll
Yeah.
sign outside, yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yep, sorry.
No,
On my
no,
list.
please, very worth mentioning. Mr. Miller, any updates?
Real quick, so we just received notification last week. We got the official letter today. $3,200 from the State Treasurer's Financial Education Innovation Fund.
Right.
For
Budget
the
problem
Smart with
solved.
Money Fair, which is net. What's that?
Budget problem solved.
Yeah, no. This goes directly to the Smart with Money Fair, which is an awesome event. It's March 21st, Friday, March 21st. So that goes to the senior money fair. Had a great meeting with Miss Brate. She wanted me to let you know that great meeting. She did do her school committee work today. Had a good meeting with her about athletics, and we're forming a little subcommittee to look at the financial component, primarily on my end on athletics. And last but not least, there's a little event coming up this Saturday.
What event is that, Mr. Miller?
That is the 15th annual Marshfield St. Patrick's Day 5K. We have 3,294 registered, which is on pace to be our biggest ever.
Supposed to be a nice day.
57 degrees and cloudy. But then one other thing that just came up in the past couple days, the Marshfield boys hockey team is playing the Irish national U19 team. And the Irish U19 hockey players are going to be our guests at the
that's really cool.
at America's Most Irish Road Race.
That's right.
That's going to be
I
cool.
love it. That's awesome. This is Christmas morning, Mr. Miller.
Always a great day.
That's great. Thank you very much, Mr. Miller. Any subcommittee updates at this time? Mr. Greer.
Yeah, so I just have a quick announcement. On April 6th, Daniel Webster Lodge in Marshfield will be putting on an Easter egg hunt for the public, free to the public. It's also an opportunity. The reason I'm bringing it up at the school committee, one, we may have some students that would be interested. Secondly, it's an opportunity for high school students to volunteer to set up for their community service requirement.
Awesome. And Mr. Greer, you're running that, correct?
I'm actually running it, yes.
Awesome. Good stuff. So if you want to see Mr. Greer in a bunny suit,
If you ever, that's something we can certainly put in our newsletter too.
that's great.
Oh, you can, okay, I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, it's just, it's, what does it benefit?
It doesn't benefit anything, actually. Daniel Webster Lodge is paying for the entire thing. It's to benefit the community, kind of bring everybody together. It's just an event, there's no, it's free, so all the costs are incurred by Daniel Webster Lodge.
Lodge is paying for all the eggs, which, as we know, are very expensive right now.
They are expensive.
Exactly. So
Scoop them up and take them home.
Yeah, I know. No kidding. Yeah, come
That
get the
sounds
groceries.
wonderful.
So we're pretty good. We're this was something that was actually started by Ellen Burchell. I don't know if anybody remembers him, but actually the building at the Run Gun Club is Burchell Hall.
Okay.
Named after him. He was big on making sure that we had the scholarship, the Run Gun Club scholarship here for the high school students. And it kind of fizzled out around 2005, 2006 timeframe. So this year we're reviving.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really great. Awesome. A lot of great community things going on.
Love it.
I will just say that the last thing I would ask folks to just keep in your thoughts, please, is everybody knows Bob Cuther, our 19-year principal from Marshfield High School. He lost his mom a couple of weeks ago. So just please, as we adjourn, please keep the Cuther family in your thoughts and prayers. So thank you very much.
Sorry,
Yes,
the
please.
All-Town Band concert is Thursday at 7 o'clock by the school.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
You just put the truck in, I think it's 7 o'clock.
Nice.
That's excellent.
Your kids need to be involved with more things.
Seems like it's
Well, Evie and Dr. Sullivan's daughter dance together.
I saw that. Yes,
Yeah,
that's really
yes.
cool. All right. Any other subcommittee reports? Any other items? Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved from Ms. Stetson. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Dargan. That's a roll call, Ms. Pizarski.
Mrs. Dargan?
Yes.
Mrs. Stetson?
Yes.
Mr. Greer?
Yes.
Mr. Costello?
Yes. Thank you very much, folks. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.